Alright, today we got a little quick reassembly of the DD40 since lately I've been working on another project which will be revealed later, but we still got to do some locomotives. We can't keep letting them pile up around here. Actually, they're not piling up, but we're not making a dent in the pile. So DD40. Yes, this is a DD40. It is not a DD35. Why is it not a DD35? See them fans on the top? This represents two GP40s mated together on one frame. A DD35 is two GP35s on one frame, and as you know, a GP35, this little fan here would be a little one. Or this fan would be a little fan. This is supposed to be two GP40s. Now, they never actually made this DD40. But Athearn saw it in the catalog and decided to make the model of it before the real one came out. But nobody ordered it because they moved on to the next DD40A. That's why this is a DD40. It is not a DD35, no matter what anybody says. It's not. It wouldn't be the right length, and it doesn't have the correct arrangement of equipment on it. Alright, that being said, how do you put one of these back together? Well, that's what we got to do here. What we got to do. Got our trucks all ready, got them cleaned up. One of the things I do on these is I file these bearings flat, because they usually have a pretty good mold edge on them. Then I clean them all up. These are UP, and it happened that I put a dusting of silver paint on them. They had silver on them, but it was terrible. So I dusted silver on them. When I'm done here, I'm going to fix this up so it looks like the real thing. I've also placed a bead of solder right here. Not up here, right here. On the other side, the other truck, I put my bead of solder right there. This is going to be a very clean wiring job. So it's going to be pretty sweet. Now, this one's so old that it came with these wheels, which I have already. I cleaned them, I gauged them, I painted the ends with graphite, polished the nubs here, and coated the wheels with Oxguard so that they would be ready to roll. I like those wheels are so easy to polish. I put them in the ultrasonic cleaner and they came out like better than brand new. And I just took my little paintbrush and wiped on the Oxguard. And I took a paintbrush and I put graphite on the ends of them. And then I just used a little soft wire wheel, polished them. That's where the power gets picked up. But I like that graphite for the reason that with these polished hubs, it makes a very smooth operation. All right, let's go ahead and let's get this rolling. Now on these old ones, you've seen ones that I have done previously where they had a plastic inserted spacer, which replaced this system. This system has these pegs, and let me tell you what, they come out, they go on the floor, and they become lost in space. And that can be a problem, because that's the way you mount your gears on. Alright, so these are really easy because each have an idler, and they've got two of the same size gears on them. So let's go ahead with the Mag 1. As always, our Mag 1 grease. Start off just a little bit, wipe it off, and quarter around. Okay. Now we're going to put it so these ones that have the arms sticking up, when the cab is facing the way it is on the workbench, those arms should be facing towards me. They're also the ones that are supposed to have all the posts on them. This one's got one on the other side, no big deal. I did wipe down, instead of polishing off this rust, which can actually make it worse, I did wipe a little marble oil on there. So now I've got my loop here. I'm going to put the idler. Let's do this one. Okay. Get that guy on there. Let's make sure that he's good to go, and we don't yep, see, it comes right out. And this one, we don't necessarily need a bunch of grease on the ends of the shaft. So I'm going to wipe off the excess. Okay. Now, let's do the same. Inside. The registration marks. Whoops, I put that one in upside down. By upside down, I mean I can't see the registration mark, and I like to see that. So I'm going to flip it over. You can't actually put them in upside down. Once again, through the hub, half round. Let's flip this guy. The registration marks are these little circles that are on here. I like mine to be facing the same side up. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to look. Then we can go ahead and, oops, go ahead. But that's all we need. We're not going all the way around this thing. It'll make its way around and test it. Okay. So if you have these, this is not hard, but you know it seems hard if you haven't done it before. If you don't do it a lot, it seems hard. And so, as I usually tell you, take pictures when you're taking it down, so you have pictures to help you when you're putting it back together again. There. Well, that's pretty sweet looking, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's nice. Okay. Where is your... Oh, man. Okay. Put this... When the shaft came out, I put the extra one there. And I should not have, but I did. And he goes right there. There. Now, I can do this. I can carefully get them on there, held together. Yep. I'm not body mounting couplers, so I don't want to break this guy off. Keep them. We are using that. I've gotten over it. When I was a kid, I was like, oh no, there's no way you can't have a truck mounted coupler. And well, on a DD40, if you want to use it a lot, you do want a truck-mounted coupler. Now we want to feel it. Oh, that's feeling nice. There we go. I've already got the worms already. I haven't put the grease on the worm yet, but they're cleaned up and ready. That's all I wanted to do for right now. This one is a single motor. It has a very long shaft like this, and on this one, for some reason, so this is an older one. There should be somewhere here a hole. Oops. Okay, there's supposed to be a hole somewhere, right about here, with a bracket that held this shaft up. wasn't there. This one is a really old one. So we're going to use this motor, which I already have set up, so we're going to use it. 24 volt. It's got nice torque, super smooth. I've already got a PC board mounted to the top of it. And that's how we're going to go. We're going to mount our PC board. We're going to mount a little PC board here on each one of these instead of soldering to here. We're going to run a wire around to it, a little jumper wire. That way, what I want to achieve with the wiring is when the shaft is connected, to bring the wires from the back up to the motor, I'm going to put them in a long piece of heat shrink tubing so that they can't, so I don't have to worry about taping them and slipping and sliding all around this. I finally scored a big, huge bag full of heat shrink from the hardware store, and so I want to use that instead of tape. And I'm not going to actually shrink it. I'm just going to put it on there because it's just perfect as it is. All right, that is what we got for now. We get this show on the road.